This is a long-awaited update to iRacing's car roster, the new ARCA Menards Series car. The previous car was added to iRacing in 2009, and I think it started off as a nationwide series car that got repurposed into ARCA or something like that. It's been there for a long time now, and now we're finally getting the new one, which is based off of NASCAR's Gen 6 platform compared to the Gen 4 that we had before. It's overall pretty similar though. It's got a V8 engine, of course, and a 4-speed dog box transmission, so that means you only need to lift to upshift and blip the throttle to downshift. No clutch required, much like the previous one. The bodywork also looks more flat on both the front and the rear, which should mean bump drafting on particularly super speedways will be a lot safer than the current car, where it's easy for the car behind to lift up the rear wheels of the car in front. Hopefully that won't be quite as much of an issue anymore. One notable change is that this time there'll be all three manufacturers represented: Chevrolet, Ford and Toyota, and much like the bigger NASCAR cars, these are three separate license purchases, and all three are identical though, other than appearance. The digital dash inside the car has a different position in each car though. I'm showing them on screen now. These are accurate to the actual car's iRacing scanned, I assume, and I believe that this is done to make it easier for the drivers to see things like temps on the dash because of where they are. It's sort of a personal preference thing, I suppose. However, if you think that some of them look kind of weird, then it might be worth thinking about that when you make your decision on which one to get. This car will replace the current ARCA car in the ARCA Menards Series, which isn't seeing any particular changes for next season other than the car. The series runs at D-Class, and it is a fixed setup series with no cautions, and the races take about 20 minutes or so. It typically runs a mixture of intermediate and short ovals with like one road course and super speedway. Here's what the preliminary schedule has for next season from iRacing. This is subject to change though. The ARCA series has been one of iRacing's most popular, and that will probably drop off a little bit with this new car's arrival since not everyone will have licensed the car, but it should remain very popular and grow again as more people license it with time. During week 13 there's a shiny new shakedown series which will be running regularly, probably every half an hour or so, to let you try out the cars. These races are probably going to be shorter than the normal ARCA races, and the track will change each day. Licensing the car in iRacing will cost the usual $11.95 US plus your local tax rate. If you've licensed the previous ARCA car within the last year, you'll receive iRacing credits as a refund, and the amount will depend on how long you've owned it. I believe license purchases within the last month will give you a full refund. Note that the refunds will only be for the base price and not the tax that you paid for it. Also note that the previous car still has the current Gen 4 car attached to it. Those two were two models in one purchase, and you'll still need to license that old car to drive in that series, the Gen 4 series, at least until the new Gen 4 car arrives, most likely next season, but it's not clear if there'll be a second refund program for this when it arrives. If you already race and enjoy ARCA series regularly, then this is probably a no-brainer to license if you want to continue with that. It's a different car, but a similar experience, it seems. I certainly got my money's worth out of the previous ARCA car, and while I don't drive the series as much now as I used to, I still like to hop in now and again, especially when a road course comes up. If you're coming up through the oval ranks in iRacing, then this is the best thing to go to after rookies. The old ARCA car was, and this would just take that place. So if your goal is to do the bigger NASCAR series down the line, it's a great series to teach you the basics of stock car racing and tire saving. So if your goal is to do the bigger NASCAR series down the line, then it's a great series to teach you about the basics of stock car racing and tire saving. That's everything you need to know about the new ARCA series cars in iRacing. Let me know in the comments below if you're picking up this car and which brand you're going for. Catch you later.